Okay, hey guys. So we're back. So today is just full of interviews, and tonight I'm wrapping the whole day up with my next guest. Uh, Sorry, hang on. I had I think a phone call. Let me change it. Oh yeah, Evie, Evie. I apologize. Yeah, Evie. So yeah, sorry about that. You just got interrupted by a surprise text. Yeah, Evie is my final guest for tonight. So thank you, Evie, for taking the time out of your busy day to join us.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
yeah, no problem, no problem. Um, so if you're watching us, this is live right now. So please like the stream, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Sorry. So Evie, why don't like I said, I like to start all my interviews off by basically, having the guests, talk about themselves, introduce themselves, talk, basically tell everyone, a little bit about themselves. So why don't you introduce yourselves to everyone at home?
Okay, so you can call me Evie, that's fine. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Um, I'm 27. Well, I'll be 27 actually in 5 days. I have two kids, I'm married, and at the moment I work from home as a customer service rep. That's about it.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, that's really great. And again, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to do this interview with us. I really do appreciate it. Um, so first of all, I just had to say I just wanted to compliment you on this, but like your hair in your profile pictures is like amazing. It's awesome. Like it's really, I'm not gonna lie, it caught my attention right away. It's really really cool. Um,
Thank you.
yeah,
I got the scarf on right now.
no, it's okay. It's all good.
I wanted to look cute, I promise, but I have kids and
It's all good. Understood. Understood. So, I don't know, no, but all good.
well, thank you
Um,
though.
yeah, no problem, no problem. So Evie, I just had a question. So, we met through Facebook, right? And that's how I messaged you, and then things went from there, and so that's how we're here now. But I just had a question. So I think I saw you. Correct me if I'm mistaken, like, or if I'm not mistaken, in one or two of the Ambw Facebook groups. Is that correct?
I think so. It could have been. I think one of the. I'm in a lot of anime groups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could have been one of those.
Okay. So let's talk about anime, right? So that's something I'm assuming that is a big area of interest for you. Like you're a big like anime fan.
I love anime. I've been
That's
watching
great.
anime since elementary school.
That's great. Yeah, because you're actually talking to the only Asian on the fucking planet who doesn't watch anime or isn't really involved in that. I'm not a big like anime fanatic. I don't necessarily have anything against it per se. I just don't have. It doesn't get my attention right away. You know what I mean? Like,
What?
and no, it's kind of funny because like I know how big. I mean, well, I don't know if I really know how big a deal, but I kind of have an idea of how big a deal it is. Because literally everybody else in my life, including so for instance, you know what I mean. Like I used to work at a like all like Spanish language news station, and so I was the only non-Hispanic person there, and so everybody there obviously was Hispanic, and they were all like huge into anime. Even the people that did not necessarily speak English, they loved anime. Like everybody loved anime at school, at
Yeah.
work. Everyone, just anybody you come across, like they love anime. But yeah, I was just wondering, like, I was trying to have this conversation with someone else too, but like, in your opinion, like, what is it about anime that you enjoy? Why are you a fan of it?
Personally, I like it because of the storylines. Um, and it's like in American cartoons, it's just really straight to the point. It's not a lot going on, but with anime, it's a lot of drama. The storyline goes really, really deep, a lot of emotion. I love it, and it's something for everybody. Like it's not just, the ones you see that's mainstream. It's other stuff too. Like if you're more of a deep thinker, there are animes for that. Like if you're more into action, there's anime for that, romance, and it's always a really deep storyline to go with it, personally, for me.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Just like I said, I don't know why. Like I've tried watching a little bit, especially of like what's it called? I've literally only tried to watch one anime, and like I guess the one that I saw was Dragon Ball, or
Oh.
one of those. But then I turned it off, to be honest, because I kind of got bored of it. Um,
Yeah.
See, I also want to get your opinion or something. So I know there's like a Nickelodeon, or there was Nickelodeon anime called Last Avatar, or Airbender or whatever.
Mhm.
Are you familiar with that series?
Yeah.
So for that, like, I want to say something, and this might be like a hot take or unpopular opinion or whatever. When the movie came out, right, the live action movie,
Mhm.
from the M Night Shyamalan, it came out, I think 2010, so a little while ago. But I saw it and I actually like that movie. Like
What?
I like
Did
that
you
movie. I
like
know
the
everything.
series?
No, it's just like I tried watching it. I really did, and I was like, this is like for children. I mean, it's no, it's not for children. It just wasn't for me. It didn't grip me in the same way that everyone else was hooked on it. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not
Yeah.
criticizing. It's not a personal attack. I just don't understand what's the appeal of it. Because, like I said, you know what I mean. Okay, like I said, I'm literally the only person on the planet who likes the actual movie. And every time that I say that, like, it always starts like a big fight, and you know what I mean. It's like I lose friends. But basically, I'm just like, yeah, like what is it about this show or just anime in general that, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I don't really get into it.
I think I think it's more so of you having to find the right one for you. You know, it's different genres. It's not just all Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. To be honest, I like the series when I was younger, but watching it as an adult, it annoys me a little bit personally. But there are others, like if you're more into like the realistic, there's like a really popular one like Death Note. You probably heard of it. It's like super popular. I don't know if you've tried that one. There's Attack on Titan. It has a really deep storyline. It's really popular. Like a lot of people have heard that one. And then there are some new ones too. You have Jujutsu Kaisen. They have a lot. Um, they have a lot to choose from. Different.
Yeah, yeah. I know that Death Note. They also made a Netflix movie a few years ago. Did you see that movie?
I saw parts of it, but I couldn't. I couldn't.
Like, okay,
I
so I
couldn't watch
actually,
it.
again, I'm probably like the number one anime hater or whatever, but I also like that movie. I
Oh
like the
man.
movie, and I just, again, I've heard, I know it's an anime, but I never bothered watching it because I, like, people said, "Oh, it's a show," and I was like, "Oh, what kind of show is it?" Like anime. It's like, forget it. Like I lost interest. I just like no, but I
To each
know
his
again,
own.
like, yeah, teach your own. But I mean, like, again, like I don't understand, like, what is the point going back to the whole like last Airbender movie. I don't really hate it. You know what I mean? I just like because maybe for me because I went in with like a non-biased, you know what I mean, like non-biased opinion. I didn't know anything about the show. I knew that M Night Shyamalan was writing and directing it, and I knew that it was based on like like a Nickelodeon anime or whatever. And I was like, okay, like from the previews that looked pretty cool. And then when it came out, like literally everybody hated it. I think they did like an actual. There's a video on YouTube. It's quite old now, but it's like a reaction from everybody who watched that. Everybody was like trashing the movie, and I was like, "What movie do you guys watch?" Because I thought this movie was awesome. Um, I think literally I was having a conversation with someone out there, and I literally like after that I just got like laughed out the room. It was just like I wasn't trying to get kicked out of the room, but I mean whatever. I
I
thought it was a
think it's
fun movie.
like
That's it.
it's like those people who read the book first and then watch the movie versus the people who watch the movie and just the movie, like they have completely different opinions.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, like when I say that, I'm not trying to, you know what I mean, like have a different opinion on purpose. You know what I mean? Like there are certain things I can agree with, like the general public. Like number one, Nickelback fucking sucks. So I don't like Nickelback. Okay, I just want to let you know. I like Last Airbender. I like Death Note movie, but I do not like Nickelback. So that's not three for three there. Okay, so just relax. Um, and but like other than that, yeah, I just you know what I mean. And I think for me, like what I'm more sort of possessive or protective of is like books that I've read. Like for me, like like when you saw what was it? It wasn't Lord of the Rings, but it was the Hobbit movies, right? The Hobbit movies, like the ones that came out about I don't know about 8 or 9 years ago or so. I hated those movies because I was an avid fan of the book. I read the book over and over as a kid,
It's
and I
like
loved
that.
that book. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? That movie did not need to be three movies. You needed maybe just one long ass movie, but not like three whole movies. Like it's not that
It's
long. The book
like
is not
that.
that long.
But see how you have like a really strong opinion about it because you've read the books first. That's how they feel. It's like, I watched this anime, I love this anime, and then they just butchered it. Like, but to each his own. If everybody had the same
Yeah,
opinion, I mean,
yeah.
it'd be boring.
That's right. And if you're watching this right now, you should go see the last Airbender movie. It's awesome.
I do not recommend.
You go on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. Go check it out, or Paramount Plus or
No,
something. Just go check it out. Screw the anime. Don't watch it. Just go.
no.
I really,
Do not take
no,
that
but
advice.
I didn't understand. Like one criticism that was kind of funny that people were pointing out about the last Airbender movie was that like M Night Shyamalan is he is of I'm not sure exactly where he's from exactly, but I know he is of Indian descent. You know what I mean? And he's like, as far as skin complexion goes, he's fairly dark skinned, I guess. But in the movie, literally all of like the villains are the only ones who are like Indian descent or like darker complexion. You know what I mean? And everyone else is like white, and everyone else should be Asian. You know what I mean? And that's one thing. I went back and I watched the movie. I was like, damn, that's kind of true. It's kind of messed up. But at the same time, like I still like the movie.
God.
So, I just like it. I don't care. I really. I mean, I like M Night Shyamalan's movies, but I can see where some of the criticisms are valid. But no. Okay. So yeah, that's just one
Mostly,
example.
yeah. I feel like it was rushed mostly.
Hmm.
Um,
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Um. But so I just had a question too. Like I guess when it comes to what was I gonna
sorry.
say? Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. So actually, sort of shifting away from anime. So I apologize. It's kind of noisy in here. So you are. Let me see here. Mm. So you are currently in Texas or Hawaii. Which one of those are you in?
I just moved from Hawaii to Texas.
Oh, okay. Wow, literally everybody I've been talking to is from Texas. That's crazy. Um, Apparently Texas is a huge state. It is, I know.
Yeah,
But yeah. So how do you like the weather over there?
it's hot right now.
Mm.
I'm from, like I said, I'm from New Orleans, so it's more humidity down there, and out here is more of a dry heat. So it takes some getting used to.
Mhm. Yeah. So I was just wondering, like, a lot of people would say, well, I mean, first of all, like me personally, I've only been to Hawaii once, and I was like 15, so that was like almost 20 years ago. I did not have the best time because a variety of factors. The first one was that we didn't go to the beach at all. We went to really boring towns, and for some reason, I don't know. I was with my family, and they have strange tastes at times. But just in general, this is not a criticism. I was just wondering, like, what was like the main reason, if you can say, for moving from Hawaii to Texas? Because you know what I mean. Like,
It
I assume
was
like most people want to stay in Hawaii.
it was work related, but even if it
Oh,
wasn't,
okay.
to be honest, it's very expensive, and I wouldn't want to live there permanently. Um, Overall, living in Hawaii, it was beautiful, and I know like a lot of people they expect you to say like, "Oh, I loved Hawaii. It was amazing," and it it was really beautiful. It was beautiful and it was expensive, and the people were
Mm.
a little bit rude. They were
Really?
yeah, they were rude. And it's crazy because every time I talk to people like who've actually been there and lived there for a while, like we all like had the same experience. It's like, yeah, the people there were kind of rude. They're very like inclusive, like, or I should say exclusive, I guess, and any outsiders, they're like kind of rude to them.
Hmm.
So the people there weren't exactly like super friendly. Um But overall, it wasn't a terrible experience. We went to the beach a lot, and like I said, the scenery. So it was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Exactly, and like I mean, that's one place that I wouldn't mind going back to. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've been there last. But I mean, since then I learned how to surf. Yeah, I learned how to,
Oh,
I turned 21, long
I'm
time ago.
way too clumsy to
So
surf, man.
I no, believe me, when it wasn't easy when I first started, but then well, actually, it kind of was. Again, I'm not gonna lie. No, because like the first lesson that I got, I was lucky because I think I have actually pretty good balance on my board. So actually, I mastered it kind of pretty quickly. The only downside is I haven't done it in a long ass time. So I would love to go to Hawaii and do it though, man. It's just, what I mean? It's like Hawaii, like, man, it's like, come on, who doesn't want to go there, right? But I understand at the same time, what I mean? Thank you for
I
opening
don't.
up to us. Yeah, no, exactly, exactly.
It's
See, you have a much different
expensive.
experience. Yes, exactly. And you say that the
Yeah.
people aren't that nice there, so it's like,
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah,
yeah.
but it was the hikes. I will miss the hikes. They were really
Mm.
pretty in the beach. That's
So, did,
that's about it. And the
so did y'all?
seafood.
Yeah, the food. So did y'all have like actual like? Are there volcanoes out there too?
No, we lived on Oahu, so there were no active volcanoes on Oahu. It was
Oh.
we would see like like soot like from the volcano. It was like it would be mixed in sometimes with certain weather. It would come over to the island that we were on. It would give my son really bad allergies too, but there were no active volcanoes on the island we were on. I wanted to
Mm.
see them though. I wanted to island
Yeah,
hop.
me too. So I was wondering, like, what is the insurance policy for homes that are like live like literally on the same physical space as a volcano, let alone like an active volcano? Like, first, like, what kind of okay, not to criticize, but why would you live on the same island as an active volcano? Like, do you not remember what happened in Pompeii? Like, I just don't like.
Right.
But
I
yeah.
don't I don't know what the appeal. I guess that's a very good question. But the island we were on, from the island we were on, I would say it's probably really expensive because the
Mm.
rent there. Oh my God! Like for a one-bedroom apartment, I would say it cost about 15 at best a month for a one-bedroom, and it
Yeah.
wasn't even. Yeah, it wasn't that great. It was just like really basic for 15 a month. Like that's what we were coming across, So, and I'm like, do you know what I can get for that here? That's a lot. So, and
Well.
that was the standard because we were paying, I want to say about 26 for our
Mm.
townhouse. And that was a
Mm.
3-bedroom townhouse. And we have a 4-bedroom house now, and we pay way less than that.
Okay, well
So
now, yeah, so that totally forever now and forever answers the question why you moved. It's like I wouldn't understand. No, believe me, I live in Cali,
it's so
so
expensive.
yes, exactly, exactly. I can see why anybody would want to move there. But still, I want to go though. I want to surf at least once.
I do want
But
to visit for sure again one day. One day.
can I
Maybe a
can I
different
say some?
island.
Yeah, can I say some? I hate the airports that you guys have over there, or not you guys, but you know what I mean, like like in Hawaii. You know what I mean, like the airports I stayed in. Like what? I'm sorry.
The
I just like
airports?
the airports were really like it was almost 20 years ago, but it was like they looked so run down and just like totally unorganized and everything like that. And it was just like this was in 2002, so yeah, it was a while ago. But like I said,
They
my memories of Hawaii are not great.
Yeah, like I don't want to like bash or anything, because like I said, it was a really, really beautiful place. But compared to where I've stayed before, in the States, a lot of the buildings and everything, they weren't as like modern, I should say, as the ones in the States. But the ones that were crazy expensive. Like if you can imagine paying 15 a month for something that's basic, imagine
Mm.
paying for luxury. So yeah, it was pretty, like going through some of the neighborhoods, it was a bit run down.
And I
So,
just had a
and
question.
I felt really bad too.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. No, yeah, I completely agree that the pricing is crazy. I mean, it's like I kind of picture Hawaii as like a more expensive version of Los Angeles. So, but like with more more palm trees and more nature, more beaches. I don't know. So but yeah, so I just had a question too. About like like actual Hawaiians, like quote unquote Polynesians, quote unquote Pacific Islanders. Like I don't think I've ever seen an actual Polynesian person before, like in my life. like I'm in LA, right? So we have, you know what I mean. We
Right.
have we have a very wide diverse array of, you know, all types of people here. It's just no Hawaiians. I've never seen any. I don't even know what they look like. I know the Rock. I know the Rock is Polynesian, right? Or Samoan or
They're
something like
beautiful
that.
people.
But
They're
that's,
beautiful people. They are. They're gorgeous. um, it was mostly. It was a lot of Asian, a lot of
mhm,
white, like maybe about 8 black people on the whole island.
mm,
Um, a lot of. I mean, there were a good bit of Polynesian and actual Hawaiians. I would say I saw more Asian people than actual Hawaiians, but they
mm,
it was about what and what. Hmm.
mm. Yeah, it's actually what I've heard before. It's a lot of Asian, a lot of white. Which
Hmm.
makes you wonder, like, where are all the Hawaiians? No,
Right.
no. So yeah, but no, it's cool. But yeah, actually, yeah. So okay. So how? I guess what was I gonna ask? So like I said, sort of going back to the like ABW kind of side of things, I did see you in like one or two of those groups, and you know, like I know you're married and all that stuff. You have a family, but I was just wondering, like, what is your, I guess, you know, general interest in, you know, in sort of, you know, ABW culture and all that stuff. Like, what is your interest in that?
Um, the culture or okay, so what I think Asian culture is beautiful. Just to start off, it's gorgeous. I recognize there are different Asian culture. There's China, there's Japan, there's Korea, there's Filipino. There's all different kind of Asian culture, and it's all beautiful. And I acknowledge the difference. I would love to learn more about the culture and visit and see the buildings and the architecture and just everything is gorgeous. As far as the dating Asian men, I don't really, when it comes to dating outside my race, I mean, I don't really look at race, to be honest, all that much. I'm not gonna go so far as to say I don't see color, but it's just I guess being from New Orleans too, it just never was a big deal. Where I'm from, it wasn't really a big deal. It's basically like whoever you vibe with. So I've never really. I have dated an Asian guy before. It was a really long
Mm.
time ago, in high school, and it wasn't a great experience, and it wasn't because he was Asian. He was just a jerk.
Oh, okay.
Like that guy was. Yeah, he was. It was just a personal, a him thing.
Hmm.
But I'm not opposed to the idea at all.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Basically, whoever you vibe with.
Yeah, pretty much, and yeah, that's cool. You know, I mean, yeah. So, I feel like this has been said before in a lot of interviews that I've done, but I feel like you know, a lot of Asian men kind of don't really speak up when it comes to, you know what I mean, like dating, or not even just that, but like they're a little bit, I guess they're a little bit more comfortable within their own race, but like when it comes to outside of the race, they're very shy. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's been your experience or not. Like you said, you actually did date someone, but that was sort of like a while ago. So I'm not sure if that's your also, you know, also your experience too. You know, like, you know, Asian men or whatever. You know what I mean? Kind of being a little bit more on the quiet side. Has that sort
Oh,
of
he
happened for
wasn't
you like that?
quiet.
Oh, okay.
No, no. I have noticed though, like, I will say once I venture outside that bubble, you
Hmm.
know, Asian guys, like I have noticed, they tend to go more toward white women. I mean, I don't know if that's okay to say, but it's like they tend to go more for white women. But I think that's kind of the standard in general, to be honest. I don't know if that's okay to say, but
No, honestly, yeah, no, I'm sorry. No, I mean, I have to. No, actually, I think that's a great thing what you just said right now. It's the standard. That's something I was actually talking on my last interview that I did, and it's like I think so. Maybe it was one before. I don't remember, but
yeah.
it was like it's based. Yeah, like whiteness is kind of the standard in the world. I would say, like honestly, not just in, you know, like you know, U.S. Um, everything good?
sorry, that's my baby. Her dad's going to
Oh
get her.
no,
She's
no,
having a
it's all good.
tantrum.
No, yeah, no, it's all good. I just want to make sure everything's okay. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, like I said, I do think whiteness is the standard of beauty. It's the standard of attraction. You know what I mean? And the thing about that is, I don't mind saying this, but like I feel like everybody, well, a lot of people are guilty of it, right? I mean, Asian people. That is one thing that bothers me about quote unquote my culture or whatever, is that and not just in terms of like Chinese culture, but like all types of Asian, right? I mean, you see it, okay? It's not exactly, it's out there. You know what I mean? They
Right.
don't hide it or anything like that. But Asian people, mostly Asian women, pretty much end up or go after white dudes. You know what I mean? And you
Right.
know what I mean. And with Asian men, yes, there's a lot of Asian men that do want to date white women, or what I mean. There are some that are actually dating white women. You know what I mean? All that stuff. And so I just feel like I'm gonna say this right now. I feel like Asian people are the only race that is divided by gender, right? Because when you typically, I mean, like I said, like for me, I live in Cali, right? So I see that shit all the time, right? Like it's more so, like I said, it's more Asian women with white men than it is Asian men and white women. You don't see Asian men and white women a whole lot. The other combo, you see that all the time, literally, and it's like,
I
you know what? Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was gonna say, I disagree that you're the only ones because it's like that with us too. Like in our community, black men date outside their race more than any other race, to be
Mm,
honest. And yeah, and it's like such the norm now that if I were single, I wouldn't. I would probably just stay single because I just automatically assume that nobody's gonna be attracted to me. Like nobody's gonna be looking for me.
oh no, listen.
Attracted to like black men are gonna be attracted to anybody that's not black. Other races are attracted to what mostly white people or somebody that's not black. And then if they are, like it shocks me. Like, oh, okay, you know.
Mhm,
But mostly I do believe it's all about who you vibe with though. Like no, in my opinion, like I'm not checking for a specific race or anything. I do like vibe more. I would say I have more in common with black people, of course, but um I wouldn't be actively looking specifically for a specific race. But I have noticed that like whenever you see like the scale, like black men date outside their race much more than black women. And when you ask a
mhm,
black woman, like, they usually say they prefer like to date a black man versus
mhm,
a black guy. That's like, it's rare you hear them say like, yeah, I want a black woman. No, and that wouldn't be a problem, except that I don't know if you know it, but it's an issue in our community. Like, it's one thing to date outside your race and to be happy in your relationship, but they tend to, like, people like that tend to throw us under the bus, like black women, and it's an issue. Like, you know,
mhm,
don't do that. Date who you want, be with who you want, but don't throw us under the bus.
mhm.
And that's an issue in our community as well. Like they'll
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm sorry. I didn't
sorry.
mean to cut you off. No, 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 no. You're good. You're good. I do know what I do think I know. I think I know what you're gonna say, and I do understand completely what you're saying. It's not the first time that someone has told me that before, and I do completely relate and sympathize with you. As as an Asian American male, we are not respected at all when it comes to like dating community. I found that out the hard way when I started dating about when I really started going on dates, like I don't know, 10 years ago or so. Like the last decade has been basically nothing but really kind of harsh learning experiences. In some ways, dating has gotten better. It's gotten a little bit easier, but in other ways, it's all the same. And I try to avoid people who treat me like what I mean, like less than human, basically. You know what I mean? Like people who just judge me based on you know basically just horrible people, just shitty people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, and I feel like that's again, I hear what you're saying about like the whole black women being treated like shit and being swept under the bus or the rug or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I have heard that before. I have heard that a lot before. And that's part of the reason why I started this channel is because I wanted to give a voice to Asian men and black women when it came to, like issues dealing with dating and romance and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Because I feel like like oh, man, like I keep saying this, but like if I could have stayed in college, right, like where I was over 10 years ago or so, and just stayed there forever and lived inside that, my bubble or whatever you want to call it, right, like, and not had to deal with anyone else, not had to have any other interaction, any other type of experience, anyone in the real world. Fuck yeah, I would do that. Excuse my language. Yes, I would do that. I would absolutely do that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I don't want to ramble on. Great, but but I feel like in college I was treated a lot better than I was in the real world. You know what I mean? I feel like I was able to make more friends. It was easier to date. I mean, I didn't like I didn't have any serious relationships. I had occasional hookup and stuff, but like just in general, people treated you like an actual human being. You know what I mean? They didn't walk all over you. Nobody really judged you, because of your race. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't seen as, less than human. You weren't objectified. You weren't fetishized. All that stuff.
Right.
And so
Yeah,
in
I
the
hear
real
that a
world,
lot too.
yeah, in the real world, everyone does that. You know what I mean? Everyone does that, and it's ridiculous. And that's why a lot of people are single. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people sort of just ostracize you and put you on the spot. You know what I mean? Because of your race or because you're single or whatever. Like I said, I've had so many negative, terrible ass experiences with people in the real world, and it's just I just had it. You know what I mean? That's why in a couple of weeks I'm actually going back to school, to college. Not like 4 year, but like just community college, right? Because I can afford that. I can afford that. You know what I mean? Right now, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna take a semester or two. I'm gonna like every for the rest of for the rest of my life. I'm gonna stay in college, at least 1 or 2 classes per semester. No, I'm not serious. You know what
I
I mean?
mean,
Because like
that's not a bad thing, but
no,
I mean, if it's to run away from like
I
society, I
mean
mean, fuck those people. I'm like that too, though. I'm a lot of anti. Actually, I'm very antisocial. I try to stay to myself. I get really, really nervous when I'm put on the spot. So if it seems like I'm nervous during this interview, that's why I don't really, you know.
no,
So
no,
yeah,
no,
I
it's
get
okay.
that. I completely get that. Yeah,
Yeah,
people
and
people can suck.
and like I said, it's not just but yeah, it's just bad. You know what I mean? And like I said, the quote unquote like self hate or like discrimination, of like people of the same race towards people of the same race or whatever. That's not okay. I'm gonna say this right now, and I don't know if it'll bring you any comfort or relief or anything like that. But like Asian people, we do the same thing that black people do, or you know what I mean, or that happens in the black community, except that it's more. It's just I can't tell you how many times I've been treated like shit by like Asian women, right? And like literally, like when I'm just walking down the fucking hallway or walking past someone, and they see me and they're an Asian woman, and especially if they're an Asian woman with a non-Asian male, especially white male, then they will try to say something or do something. Like I literally almost stepped up to this one girl that was walking the other week or whatever, and she was talking shit, and I just straight up just started walking toward them. I was like, "What? What do you want?" And I had my fucking hands all high. I was like, "You guys want to start shit? You want to start shit?" And they were like, just cowered away. They were like, "Oh no, we didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing. Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry." Like fucking chicken, man. I mean, it's just like that. Like I'm saying, this shit happens with us all the time. Asian women,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it right now. In my opinion, I don't have a very high opinion of them. However, that's just my honest opinion. That is based on my own experiences with them. If I'm not trying to generalize, I would rather not generalize like that because I don't want to come off as ignorant. And I also know that not every Asian woman is bad. You know what I mean? That's just how
I
it
have
is.
a
Not
lot of
everyone. Yeah.
Asian friends.
Hmm.
Yeah, and they to be honest, I can see what, cuz none of them are married to an Asian man. They
Yeah.
all married outside their race, whether it be
Hmm.
white, black, Hispanic. Yeah, none of them are married to an Asian guy. They never
Yeah.
say anything bad about Asian men, but I've noticed that.
Yeah, and I mean, in my opinion, like you can, but usually when it comes to that, like I have my own views on it, and I don't. My opinion is not very high. But like I said, I know not everyone is like that. I have a sister, I have a mother, obviously. I have women in my family, and I've had Asian friends, and I've gone out with Asian women before. So it's not really like I said. Even though it sounds like I'm being very negative, I know. I'm saying right now for the record, live on the stream, whatever. I know not every Asian woman is bad. I'm not trying to generalize. You have to understand it's a mixed feeling because of my own experiences. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? The same could be said about
Yeah,
anybody in
that's
their own experiences.
understandable.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like
understandable.
yes. But sort of shifting away to more positive, positive note. So how's your life in Texas now? Like, how are you guys doing? How are you adjusting to it? Is it like, are you comfortable there? Do you enjoy it? Like, what are the people like there?
I don't like I said, I'm kind of anti. I don't actively go out and try to make friends or anything like that. The neighborhood is really nice. It's very suburban. My son's about to start kindergarten. I love our house, but I will say that when we first moved here, our neighbors, one of our neighbors across the street from us, when we first moved in, the day after we moved in, they put up a Blue Lives Matter flag, really, really big, outside their house and was waving it. And they actually sat outside their house and was kind of like low key watching the house, and it was really, really creepy. It was
Yeah.
weird. It was weird and it was
Mm.
creepy and offensive, but they just recently took it down. I want to say last month, but that to me that was a red flag. But other than that, like they don't bother us or anything. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, like you had to make a statement, you know. Yeah,
So,
like and
I'm sorry. Have you guys ever talked to them about it since? Have you ever addressed that with them or talked to anyone about that? Or
no, I mean the way I feel about it, them, like that's how I feel about it. They don't talk to us, we don't talk to them, and honestly, like I'm not the type of person like to just actively go and start shit, but like if they wave at me, like I won't wave back. I'll just, I just won't. The only one I wave at is the baby. Like sometimes the baby will wave and I'll wave back. But them, yeah, no. No, like you made your point when we first moved in. Uh I'm sorry. That's my
no, no,
my
no.
daughter, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, that we never addressed it. We never talked to him about it. I don't want to, honestly, because it's just gonna like you let us know where you stand. I know where I stand. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to know each other. Just don't fuck with me. I won't fuck with you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
That
Well,
was weird as
yeah.
hell, though. Doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me because it's Texas. I
Mhm.
see like a lot of people still waving Trump flags and stuff. Like he lost. Like come on, like
I
let it
mean,
go.
is
But
exactly. Yeah, well, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. That does not sound great at all. But on the plus side, at least I guess Texas is a little bit more affordable. And I
yeah,
actually
we
have a
like
lot.
it overall.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great. That's great. I want to end this interview, but I also want to end it on one last question. So
Okay.
I guess this is a very serious question. Okay, this is very serious. So I want you to give it
Okay.
a lot of thought really quickly. And this is really, yeah. So everyone is watching. It's a lot of pressure. So don't just take a lot of time to think about it. So like, why do you not like the last Airbender movie?
Um, mostly I feel like it was rushed. Like you just tried to pile in like the different books all in one movie. It was very rushed. I feel like the casting was like off. It was really off. It was no, man. No, I'm sorry. Like nah.
I would give it a
Do not watch.
I would give it a B, B minus,
A
B minus, B minus. I don't care. Look at this. This is my grade. Last Airbender movie. La- Hang on. B minus.
F
B
plus.
minus. No, this is. Hang
A
on.
for
Let's
effort.
no. This is what we need to end this last this tonight on. So everyone everyone at home, this is what I give the last Airbender. And you should check it out. So
No.
basically, intimation. Hawaii is beautiful, but it's extremely. We all agree it's extremely overpriced. So f that. Only go there for the
Very
beaches, just
expensive.
to surf. Yes. Um, and
And the
also the
sushi
last
was good.
exactly, and also we disagree in the last Airbender. But that is the grade right there. Look at that right there, B minus. Okay, so anyway, um, so yeah, Evie, thank you. It was a pleasure. I know you're busy and stuff like that, so I don't want to keep you on here too long. So I appreciate you for taking time to speak with us.
Thank you.
We really
I'm sorry
appreciate
I
it. I hope
came in my house clothes and my scarf.
No. It's all good. It's all good. But like I said, anytime we would love to have you back, on the channel and stuff like that to talk about whatever. Or just hang out. It'd be cool. We sometimes we do group panels too. You know what I mean? That involve other people and just massive trying to get bigger and better with that. So if you're interested, the offer is always out there to join. So
Okay.
all right, guys. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. Again, if you I'll take that off. If you are new, like, subscribe, like, comment, and also if you have not seen this movie, then check it out. I'm gonna keep it up there. Okay, guys. Well, anyway, so I'll see y'all and take care. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.